Thank you for subscribing to the channel. It means a great deal. And for those who haven't subscribed yet, it would be much appreciated. So like the video, share the channel, and what I want to talk to you about today is Amazon's new 3-book upload a day limit. So I know there's a lot of you out there that actually like to publish more than 3 books in a day. Well, I say books, low content books, line journals, blank pages, things like that. And you want to publish more than 3 in a day. But that's really at that limit. You know, you're talking over 1,000 books a year. You know, so surely that should be enough for anyone. But when you're doing the numbers game, as a lot of you are, or some of you are, then I can appreciate that you want to try and get maybe 10,000 books out in a year. More if you could. So that, I say books, like I say, low content books, line journals, blank pages, and all the differences is the cover. And it could be something like, I like cats, I'm Bill and I like cats. I'm Bill and I like dogs. I'm Bill and I like squirrels. And then something else, and then something else, and something else. So it's unlimited. Your choice really is unlimited. There's that many creatures, there's that many things to like or dislike, and there's so many names, there's thousands of names. You can just go on and on and on. And really it's a case of somebody saying, oh, I want a book for my son's birthday. His name Bill. And they type in Bill, books on Bill, and they get your book. And maybe 1,000 other people's book with Bill on the front of it. So if that's your thing, and really publishing isn't your thing, as in writing and creating your own wordy kind of books, even children's books, cookbooks, how-to-do books, all kinds of novels and things like that, then, I suppose you're going to be upset about it. And I think what it's going to do is, I think it's going to make you focus more on your book. It's going to give you more time. Instead of trying to pump out 500 books in a day, you've only got 3. So if you've got the time, you're going to work to make those books stand out against somebody who recently, before this, put 1,000 books out in a day. You want your 3 books to stand out more than those 1,000 books. And I think this will give you the time to do that. Instead of just a black page, say a black cover, my name's Jack or whatever. I think this is really going to help. And I think you're not going to be losing to the competition. I think spend more time on your book now. Well, you've got the time. If you could have put 1,000 books out before, or 500 books in a day, you've got the time to put 3 books out in a day. And you've got the time that you would have spent to do the 500 books to focus on them 3 books and make them better. Make the covers better. Add something to the line pages. Maybe a little image or something, whatever the book might be about. So if it's, I'm Lucy and I like lizards. You could have a little different type of lizard on each page. There's all kinds of things you can do to make your book stand out. And, you can work on the covers, make them better. So I think it's going to benefit you in the long run, even if you're doing low content books like that. And really, the worst thing about it is the people that have actually had chance to put up, say, 10,000 books in a year. I might be exaggerating, I don't think I am in some cases. You're up against them. They've still got their books out there. And I don't think that's going to change. I don't think Amazon's going to turn around and all of a sudden say, we're going to reduce your books. I don't think that's going to be the case. And I don't think they're going to put a cap on the number of books anyone can put out, no matter what kind of books they are, over a period of time. And I think for self-publishers, that rule is going to stick. That rule is going to be 3 books a day limit is going to be your lot, and it might come down to 1. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. But as far as if you're a publisher and you're not going through self-publishing, then the chances are you can put out a lot more. If you're a registered publisher, you could probably put more books out. Maybe you could put out more books. I don't know. I think you'd have to look into that if you want to register as a publisher to find out how many books you can put out as a publisher. So, what about those of us that like to also put out novels and non-fiction books on things we've done in our past, what trades we have, and say cooking or knitting, anything at all, then it's a good thing for us. It's a good thing for you if that's what you do. If you focus, you've spent all your time on children's books and that, you've got to be glad that there's a limit now going on to books. Even though 1,000 books a year is a lot, it's still better than 100,000 books a year, you know. So again, I may be exaggerating, but I know there's groups out there, groups of people, businesses that just get everyone, all the staff, just to all day long, putting those simple line journals out with the names on all day long. And that's what we've been up against. So when you put your one book out with a line journal and you want it to do well, and it's got one person's name on it, for instance, or something, then you're up against those people that have put the thousands of books out every week, every month, every year, whatever. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing all around. It's a good thing for those who do low content, in my view, because you'll be able to focus on your books. And it's a good thing for those of us that also put out non-fiction and fiction books, because there's less books out there. There's fewer books out there, I should say. And let's say, for instance, I put a book out today, and it's a non-fiction book, and it's got the potential to reach a bestseller in a great category. And at the top of that category list is, from 1 to 5, is line journals. I'm never going to make it to the 1 spot. Okay, I still might be making the sales, but I might never make it to the 1 spot. And that might be my goal, to have a #1 bestseller, even on Amazon. But I'm not going to do it against all the low content books. So you can understand why a lot of people who write novels and children's books and other kinds of things get a little bit upset about the number of line journals out there. And you can see why a lot of people not that long ago had grouped together, and I know this, and they talked about maybe putting the line journals, the blank pages, and pretty much that kind of thing into stationery, out of books altogether, and putting them in stationery. And would it have affected anything? Would it have affected those that were doing the line journals? No, they'd have still made a bestseller in maybe stationery. It just wouldn't have been in books. So, you know, as books go, they were trying to define books as something that was readable. And that makes sense, doesn't it? You know, anything that you can just jot something down in, like a post-it or a line journal, really goes in stationery. You don't find post-its in books. You don't find those coiled notebooks. You don't find those little ones, little sample books. You don't find them in books. And yeah, they can classed as books. They've got a cover and an interior, and they open left to right, right to left, whichever way or country you're in. And yeah, the books. So let me know in the comments, what do you think about it? Are you happy about it? Is it going to bother you? Is 1,000 books a year going to be enough for you? Has it really spoiled you? Is it worrying you in any way? If you write novels and non-fiction, are you happy about it? Are you glad that this is the case? So yeah, leave some comments. Tell me how you feel. That's it.